Hey everyone, we're Chris and Sandy Benton with the Chris and Sandy Show. We'll get up close and personal, some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we got a great one for you. Who do we have?
Today, we're joined by rising country star Britnee Kellogg, whose viral hits, powerful album, She's Come a Long Way, and Roll on the Road with Blake Shelton and Keith Urban have made her one of country music's most exciting voices.
And we're excited to have her on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your experience of being on the show, The Road.
Oh my gosh. I will say it was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. I didn't really know what to expect when we started filming, but it was far beyond my expectations. And, now being in the final 6, you kind of become family with everyone. And that was a really nice surprise too. You never know, in competition,
right.
people are competitive and they don't want to be your friend. They're there to win. So that was really, really, it was an incredible experience.
Now, is that one of the hardest things where you become close friends with somebody, and although you're competing, you want to move on, but one of you got to go home?
Yeah. And I think that's where country music is a little bit different. We really want to see each other win. And so even though we want to win ourselves, you don't want to see them go home. You don't want to see them lose.
Right.
But I really don't think anyone from the top 12 will lose anything from the experience. We all had such an incredible experience. So it's amazing.
So what's something that you learned about yourself during the filming of the show that surprised you?
Again, being in a competition, obviously, you're comparing yourself a lot to the other artists and really questioning your talents. And that really happened to me a lot with Cassidy this season, because she's just such an incredible belter. And she really she just has this magic about her. She's such an incredible performer. She plays multiple instruments. And so it was interesting for me to really kind of be able to look within myself and go okay, she has that. What do I have that's different and unique? And for me, it's, I have pretty great control of my voice, and I can do a lot of cool things with my voice, and I am a songwriter and a storyteller. And I think I was just surprised that I went into it being okay, I'm talented, but I think I left going ending the season with just an incredible amount of gratitude for learning how it's hard to have people tell you how good you are. You know what I mean? And you are going well, I'm compared to Cassidy because we're the 2 females left on the show. And so compared to Cassidy, it was just really hard,
Yeah.
3 females. Sorry, Billy Joe too. Billy Joe's in there.
Yeah.
Billy Joe. She's my bestie.
So your album, She's Come a Long Way, is incredibly personal.
Yeah.
What song on there was the hardest to write, and why?
I think my song I Matter was probably the hardest to write. It's about my grandma. She was my very, very best friend and the love of my life, and she passed away in 2008 to lung cancer at 70. She was very young. And it just was really challenging. Sorry. One of my children just walked in, and my dogs think that they're an intruder. Actually, my King of Legoland just got here. So I Matter was really challenging. We actually sat down to write that song at Curb Records. And I remember when I was 15, went to Nashville with my grandma and mom, and we were walking by Curb Records. And I remember my grandma being someday you're going to be there. So writing the song about her being in Curb Records was just a really full circle moment for me. And it was very emotional.
Love that. So take us back and tell us that moment that you just knew you had to do this.
The as an artist,
go way back.
So I was 6 years old and went to a Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash concert. Got to see them perform live, which was such an incredible experience, life-changing. And I looked at my grandma when we were done and said, I'm not going to school tomorrow. Like, this is it for me. This is,
Wow.
I'm going to do that. So I don't need math. I mean, I finished school. I still went to school. But it was instant for me. It was like, I just knew immediately that that was what I was going to do forever. And I've never stopped chasing that dream since.
So what do you think your 6-year-old self would think of you right now?
I think she'd be pretty proud. I think she'd be pretty surprised too, you know, that, hey, yo, I'm filming. Walking by like nothing's happening.
Hey.
Yes, he did. This is real life as a mom, right? A working
Exactly.
mom.
It is. We get it. We have two
No.
little ones.
It's that's what it's about. But anyway, yes, I think she would be pretty surprised and proud.
That's awesome.
Love that. You know, a lot of people, they see the glory in what you do, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes to make it to any level within entertainment. And nobody really talks about this side of it, but on our show we do. So take a few moments to just tell us about that side of it, because I want people to understand that the glory is great, but it's the grind that makes you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing a little bit of that on the show, on the road. You're definitely not seeing all of it. But, you know, stop to stop, getting ready in the back of a U-Haul trailer, somebody holding up a blanket, doing your makeup in a mirror in the car. There's just like little things, the tired, the early flights, the red-eye flights, the missing home, missing birthdays, missing games and sporting events and activities. Like that's the hardest part, but it makes the wins so much more worth it. And I think it's really what separates the people that are successful from the ones that just aren't, because it's hard. It's not easy. And I totally get why people give up. It's not for the weak for sure. Those moments are what make, you know, the wins, like being on the show and getting like a show you have always dreamed of, makes it so much more worth it.
And you would think with social media, it's easier, but I think it's harder because now everybody you got way more people wanting to be an artist.
You do. And I think for me, that's always been challenging too. Like seeing, you know, someone like Bailey Zimmerman, who's like, I didn't really mean to be famous. It just kind of happened. And it's like, what? Because he was just singing on TikTok in his car and famous, massively famous, and well, for good reason. He's so talented. But I think it's hard for us who have been grinding for so long, well before social media was even a thing, to see that happen. But also, you know, it's amazing for artists like myself to now have that platform to be able to share my music and story and my songs with my followers. It's been one of my favorite parts of my journey for sure.
Although this has nothing to do with social media, but again, that where someone just blows up, it's kind of like Carrie Underwood. Remember, she had no intentions of going to American Idol. Her grandma, I think it was her grandmother.
It was her mother.
Or her mother said, "No, you got to do this," and she go, "Okay, this will be my last chance. After that, I'll go do my nursing career, or whatever the career was."
Yes,
and of course, she won it, and the rest is history, as they say.
It's just, you never think one moment could completely change everything. And that's what it's all about.
Exactly. So through your journey so far, what's a belief that you had at early on that you had to kind of change?
You know, I think early on in my career, my goal was to be famous. Like, I'm going to be a famous country singer. I remember telling my school counselor, he was asking me like why I wasn't doing my SATs, ACTs. And I was like, I'm going to be a famous country singer. What do you mean? Why am I not? I don't need those to go to Nashville and be famous. But I think it's funny to even like know that I said that out loud, because it's so much less about fame. And over the years, it's really become much more about just getting my music into as many hands and ears as I possibly can, playing the shows, meeting the fans, And to me, that's fame, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not about that. It's about, you know, each moment that I get to step on the stage and see someone singing my song. That's all that matters. I get to tour, make money doing what I love. And
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And that's like, I remember we interviewed a few years ago, Joe Kelly, on here, on the business side of things. And he was telling us that how with social media, he said, there's people that you'll never hear of, but they're doing their artistry the way they want it, how they want it, singing what they want, and they're making $100,000 or $200,000 a year doing it how they want it without worrying about anything.
Absolutely. I think that's really important too. And I think the industry is changing a lot. I think a lot of artists are realizing that, you know, the record labels aren't always the best way to go. And if you want to have a say in your music and you want to have a say in your style and in what you can say and what you can't say online, like, you know, a lot of people are realizing that it's better to be independent and have a team of people that support you than it is having a label.
Yeah.
And speaking of teams, you know, a lot of people see you, but they don't see the team behind you. In our opinion, teams never get love. On our show, they get some love. So take a few moments and tell us a little bit about the team that helps you be who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have an incredible band. I have 2 different bands, actually. I'm very lucky.
Oh, wow.
I play a lot of shows on the West Coast, and I'm from Washington State, but currently live in Arizona. So I have a band from Portland, Oregon area that if it makes sense to have my Portland, Oregon band do it, they do it. Matt, Dylan, and Sean, they're amazing. And then I have a Nashville band, and my Nashville band kind of like rotates in and out, guys, because they're always doing something. But I have a drummer and tour manager in Nashville. His name's Matt Muha, and he's incredible. He does all of my advancing and calls the venues and makes sure I have tequila in my dressing room, you know, all of the nitty gritty. And then I have an amazing booking agent, Bob Kincaid. He's been in the business forever.
Wow.
Him and his wife, Julie, are just incredible. I'm so lucky. I don't have any management. It's just me. So that's kind of overwhelming sometimes, as you know, with like trying to get a photo from me. It's like, I'm going to do that in 10 minutes and then squirrel. I need to like pin myself to my computer, you know? So that's been a challenge. I'm a one-woman show in that regard, but I'm grateful for the team I have.
Love that. You know, talking about teams, we have a third co-host, our son, our 13-year-old.
Yes.
So Sandy's going to go get him.
I love it.
And while we're waiting for him, what's kind of next for you? What does 2026 look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 more episodes of the show, so obviously like excited to continue watching, and I know what happens, but
Everybody else
excited for the world to find out what happens. So once that's over, I've got 5 new songs in the shoot ready to be released and heard. Gretchen Wilson's going to join me on one of them, so I'm very excited about that. And just a lot of touring, a lot of shows, and hopefully the Opry next year. It's been on my dream board every year, and I just keep putting it back up there.
And the road may help with that one now.
I hope so.
So what was your first viral moment that you had? And what did you feel on that?
So February 14th, 2019.
Oh, well, Valentine's Day.
It was on Valentine's Day. Hi, buddy.
Hey,
Britnee. It was Valentine's Day. It was snowing outside at my house in Washington State. And I posted my song Back of My Mind. Said, have you ever felt sorry for your ex's new lover in the back of your mind? I wrote this for you. And it went viral. I think it was like 1 million views in 3 days or something like that. It was my first like ever video to get over like 10,000 views. And it was very overwhelming for me. The comments, that was like my first understanding of like for a long time, I want to say like 3 or 4 months, I responded to every single comment.
And
my
husband, you can't do that.
My husband was like, what are you doing? Like, you cannot keep this up. I mean, I would sit there for hours and respond to comments. So it was very overwhelming. And then of course, like you start getting the haters in there too.
Yeah.
And, but it was pretty awesome.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your favorite food?
Ooh, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh,
That's
Guilty
good.
pleasure.
yeah.
Yeah. Asian zing. I like the boneless Asian. I have the
Mhm.
same order every time. Chips and queso.
Oh,
Chips and chili queso, and then boneless Asian zing and a tall Coors Light.
Ah,
that's good.
and there's
Mine is pizza.
I love pizza too. That was in the running.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, I have a second question. So, well, my friend, my best friend, he has autism and stuff. So, I know your son has autism. So, what does he like to do?
He's coming. He'll tell you himself.
Oh,
All right.
Just one question.
All right. What do we want? What's up?
The question was, what do you like to do?
Ooh. There's a lot I like doing. I like playing video games. I like being paper airplanes. I like to sleep. Not every day. I like to sleep. I like standing outside watching the stars. I like to play plane bingo with people.
What's that?
I with some of my friends who don't know anything about planes, they'll say, "What's that plane?" I don't say, "That's a plane."
You'll tell them what
I'll
plane,
tell
and
them
then
what plane it is, and I'll just
that's not really fair if they don't know anything about it.
It's not really plane bingo. It's just like calling out planes.
Got it. A lot. That's awesome.
I know.
love it.
oh yeah.
For sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, his best friend
Mhm.
has autism.
Yeah.
To test your mom.
Yeah.
And I got a 90%.
You got a 90%?
Yes.
Awesome.
Very awesome.
All right, that's it.
Okay. Thank you for your questions. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
So, so as if you could co-write with any artist, dead or alive, and let's do it, one dead and one alive, who would it be?
Ooh. Alive Miranda Lambert, hands down.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a very similar writing style. Dead Johnny Cash.
I kind of knew that. You know, we had Anna Christina Cash come on a couple
Oh,
times.
amazing. That's so cool.
We never gotten John Carter Cash yet, her husband, but we got her on, so that was still linked to Johnny Cash, right?
They got the name.
So what's a song you've heard that you wish you wrote?
That's a hard one. Probably House That Built Me.
You know,
That
I've
one's
asked this,
years to write.
you know, I've asked this question a ton of times through the years, and that's probably the number one answer people have given.
It's such a
it's
beautiful
powerful
story.
song.
You know, it's country. That's what country music's about, is telling a story from start to finish. And that one definitely captures everything that country music is about, you know?
I know it's a little harder in country music for women to rise, but I've noticed that there's a lot of women really rising now. What do you think about the direction at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see country music inviting more women in, and I'm absolutely loving seeing some of my friends find fame. You know, we talked about that, but I'm just excited to see my friends get recognized and the girls out there. Like, I think, like I said earlier, country music is such a community. And there's room for all of us in it. And we're all so different and unique, but seeing women finally get a platform is pretty awesome. Because, you know, in the 90s, women ruled the world in country music. And so I think we're getting back there. I hope so.
Yeah, because Sandy and I was talking about that. It's like, it seemed like in the 90s, everything was booming for the women. Then the bro country came on. Although we love the bro country, love the Luke Bryans and all that, and Florida Georgia line. We love all that. But it seemed like when that came, it came such massive, it just pushed the women down.
It really did. I think we talk about it all the time with my co-writers. And I think Florida Georgia line starting the bro country totally buried the women, because it was this whole like uprising of like, oh, we can get away with that. And then it just kind of like took over. And now you have like your Morgan Wallens and Tucker Wetmore and all these amazing artists with amazing music. But I'm excited to see like the Zach Top, Mae Estes, more of that traditional country coming back too.
And what I wish you would see too is, you know, country radio always plays those type of songs, but that's not who they are. I mean, like Luke Bryan has some really powerful ballads and all that, but that's not what they play.
Right.
And so
it's interesting that you say that. I was talking to Hardy at a show here in Arizona, and I asked him how come he doesn't sing "Signed to Sober You," which is, in my opinion, one of the best written songs ever. It is such an incredible song, and I'm shocked that it was never on the radio. And he doesn't even play it at his shows because he said it just brings the crowd down too much, and he wants it to be a party. And I'm like, but it's such a good song. So to me, that's like a perfect example. Like the radio, they never got played on the radio. And I mean, what was his first song? Like the Redneck song.
Yeah.
Shocked that was his first single and not "Signed Sober You." So wild.
Hardy likes to party, right?
He sure does. He sure does.
I love it. So where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
I just want to be doing what I'm doing now, playing country music, touring, writing music, doing what I love. I'm so lucky that I'm able to do this. I have such a supportive husband and family that I'm able to go and do my dreams and then come back to mom life. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at.
I definitely love that. So let's say that as long as you're going through this journey, and wherever it gets you, it takes you, you've made it. What do you hope you never forget along that journey?
The people that got me there. My fans, my OG fans that came to shows when no one else did. I have a girl that does my merch. Her name's Brenda. She's a very dear friend, and she's been with me from day one.
Oh, wow.
She's an incredible person and comes to every show. She's at every country concert there ever is in the Portland, Oregon area. I never want to forget what they've done for me and my career when I was nobody.
Love that. So speaking of fans, what's a fan story that comes to mind that really touched you?
So when I was in the UK, I played a show over in like the London area, and it was a festival, and I was doing the meet and greet, and this teenager boy, probably around the same age as my son, came up to me. His shirt said King of Legoland, and it had like Legos on it. He had it made. And he said, "I hope it's okay, but I'm king of the UK. I'm the king of Legoland of the UK. So if your son can be king of Legoland of America," and he actually ended up reaching out to my son and getting his permission to be the king of Legoland of the UK. And just like realizing that my music, and especially a song like that, touched someone across the world. Like it's a crazy thing to think about. But there was a lot of gratitude in that moment for sure.
So who is Britnee?
Oh, that's a big question. In what capacity?
You choose that one, because it's who do you want the people to know?
I think and actually the song I'm releasing first after the show is over is called Fake. And that's why a lot of times I do these interviews. Most of the time I do these interviews like this, because this is what I look like 99% of the time. I step on stage, and I actually did a sound check once where I walked in for sound check, and the sound guy was like, looked at my picture and then looked at me and my picture. And he was like, "You are not the same person." And then I showed up for the show, and he's like, "That's more like it." It was pretty offensive, honestly, but I turn in, it's almost like a character. But I also want people to realize that I'm just authentically myself all of the time. I don't need to have a face full of makeup to have a conversation about my music, or to be on camera, like on the show. On the bus, I'm never wearing makeup. Sound checks, a lot of time I'm not. Rehearsals. I just want people to understand that there's a person behind us, not just like a face that's on stage. And I'm just a real, authentic, down to earth person that, I love making sourdough. I love exercising, going to the gym, taking walks. I love my family. I'm just a super down to earth, easygoing girl.
I love that. So as we close out here, what advice would you give that person that wants to do what you do?
I think the best advice is just to never give up and never take no for an answer. I think there is room for all of us in this industry. The sky is truly the limit. There's nothing you cannot achieve. And also it's never too late. I think a lot of times people see that age cap and it's an imaginary cap. I mean, Bonnie Raitt had her first number one at 41. Jelly Roll was 39. And I think it's so old school, you know, in the 90s, that was really true. Like once you hit 30, you were done.
Yeah.
And I think just never, ever give up and work your tail off. Because if you really, truly do believe in yourself, you're going to go really far.
You know, social media, I think, is kind of changed, although it's tough because of social media, but I think it's also changed a little bit of what you were just saying, that, you know, that be yourself and all that, because social media has really showed that people can be their self, be 40, be 50, and actually still make it, because there is an audience for that.
100. And I think you're spot on. Like you think about, you know, my kind of music, that demographic is, especially on country radio, that demographic is not being touched.
Yeah.
Country music on the radio is not catering to the moms, the divorced single moms, the, you know, husband and wife that fight and separate and then get back, you know, like the nitty gritty of like real life. You know, there's the one-off songs about that, but like country radio is full of the like party trucks, hot girls, you know, like young love, all of that. And there's truly a demographic that is so untouched. You even look at Channing Wilson, who's 49, just turned 50 actually. And there is a demographic that needs him, you know, and it's the older people that miss the Hank Williams and the, you know, all the older Willie Nelson, like that OG, like we need more of that. And I'm excited.
Charlie Daniels, and
he's such a star. I just love him so much.
Love that. You know, it's been a great conversation we had here. Any final parting words?
Just thank you so much for highlighting country artists and other people trying to make it. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all giving us a chance and coming on our show. You know, we enjoy this. I can't imagine not doing our show. I've tried to quit so many times, but I can't. It's like I quit, and then it's like, no, I'm right. All of a sudden, I reach back out the PR companies, and they're like, "Oh, you're starting back up. Great, I'll send you people." And so it's like, you know, I just can't quit, and so we love this. But when we love having y'all on,
and we're grateful for the opportunity.
And you know, again, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And for anybody watching to this point, be sure to finish out the road, see where she takes, and follow her and everything on, you know, because we think that she's about to break out.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
You have a great day.
You too. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
All right. Bye-bye.